Hello everyone, welcome back to a new and special video. So today I'm introducing the new mold from MoldsandShapes. It's the Druzy Geode tray mold. It's the M size and look at the crystals. I'm gonna show you here and it's all around and I'm very curious what I can achieve with this. I want to do a flower and I'm pouring now the clear resin into the mold. I want to try that the crystal edge is going to be clear and that in the bottom part I have my flower. Actually, when you fill up your mold, this part where the bottom is, there is only like 5 mm space. It's only 5 mm thick. So it's not very, very thick. So I'm very curious if I can achieve a flower. But it was my challenge and I wanted to do it and I wanted to leave the edges really clear so everyone can see the crystals, and that's what I'm doing. I'm using here the master cast resin and I put this into the mold. My mold is filled up to the rim and then there's only space for my flower and my design. So that's what I'm doing, and now you see me starting pouring. I'm using here my white. The white is the pigment drop from Etta Art. I only added white to my resin. I'm just having here a quick torch. I also used the heat gun before. With this, please guys, be very careful because with the crystals, it's more sensitive, I would say, than with a normal mold. So really be careful how you use the torch, how you use the heat gun. And anyway, you see me here creating my design. I just go with my popsicle stick and draw my flower. I just go around and yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was very excited when I heard about MoldsandShapes having crystal molds. So I'm curious what else is gonna come. This is the first one and I am so proud I can really present it because I was waiting for them to make crystal molds and I'm so happy, as you can maybe imagine, because I just love MoldsandShapes. They have awesome quality and yeah, I'm just yeah, you don't really see me using another mold. It's, yeah, MoldsandShapes are really to 95% the molds I'm using and I can really recommend them. So I'm still busy with my flower, with my white. You see, I'm just going in the mold. My resin, it's winter over here in Belgium. I had part A on the heating system and then it's rather smooth, and then I mixed it together with part B. I was mixing it or stirring it for 4 to 5 minutes, and then I started mixing my colors. So first was the white with pigment drops, and now my second color, I mixed mica powder. There's the interference pearl and the golden caramel, both micas from Etta Art. And I mixed this awesome color. I love this sort of champagne color. It's very beautiful. And with the pearl color, I always love these sort of puffy effects. It has a special effect, which I personally very much like. And you see, I only do a little bit outside. I do a little bit inside. And now I'm going outside again. So I just go by feeling. There's no big plan. All I wanted to achieve is a clear edge. So we will see if I succeed, because it's not always easy, because resin has its own head and sometimes the resin is moving completely different than you actually wanted to move. So yeah, that was a little challenge. Still busy with my design, and now I'm taking very carefully my dotting tool, and I have this silicone brush on the other side. So if I hit a little bit the silicone on the other side, it might not give scratches. So it's better than to use the metal part of the popsicle stick or of the dotting tool. So here I'm creating my flower. I just go from the outside to the inside with the petals. In total, at the moment, there are 8 petals. But then I thought I make the petals a little bit thinner, so it's gonna be 16 petals. But I was thinking at that moment what to do, what not to do. So you see, I'm not really 100% sure. I also closed some of the gaps because I was a little bit afraid that my flower would not really bloom. So carefully I was just adding a little bit of the white, but not too much. So you see with the flowers, they are really forgiving. You can add a little bit onto your design. You can still do something, you know, and that's what I did. And now I'm just doing the next petals. So in total, there are gonna be 16 petals. And as you see, I always go opposite from each other. For me, it's the best way, especially when I'm doing many petals. And I also stop right before the sort of champagne color is, because yeah, I didn't want to do a swirl this time. So I was thinking, what could I put inside? And then I decided I just use some white stones I had from a dollar shop, something like a dollar shop. In Germany, it's called Teddy. Some stones which I put into the center, but this will come in a second. Now I thought, maybe it's too empty and I still make a rim outside the flower, just where this bottom part of my mold is. So this is gonna be the rim with my mica powder, and then I'm also using the white, and I'm hoping, of course, that everything is pulling towards the center and not gonna pull outside anymore. So there's the rest of my white, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm pouring on top of my mica powder, just very carefully. And then I'm hoping that everything works how I want it to work. You never know, because like I said before, resin has its own head. You never know what resin is doing, so yeah. Anyway, I was searching here for the stones to use, so I found them. They are a little bit, they have also a little bit sort of pearl effect, those stones. And I just drizzle a few into the center. I'm not gonna do a swirl. I think I didn't do a swirl, did I? I was only just pressing them a little bit into the center, but I was not swirling. So this is something I normally don't do. Normally I'm always swirling, but yeah, I thought with those stones, Petra, don't swirl, just let it go. And now there's going to be a time lapse, and you see a little bit how the resin is moving. I was helping it a tiny bit with the heat gun and later on with my torch, but very carefully, not to do too much. So in this time lapse, it looks quite wild, but anyway. This is now a close-up, and I'm very happy because you can really see the clear rim, and I'm very curious how this is gonna turn out. But so far I really love the color combination, and yeah, of course I'm hoping that the flower is gonna close up. So, and this is the next day, and I can demold, and I'm very curious. I'm so curious how this tray is gonna look like. So I'm just taking it out. Goes easily, and I'm sorry that I cannot let you hear the noise of the crystals. It's such a beautiful noise, but I'm doing the voiceover, and yeah, there are too many other noises around, which would not be good. So then you need to be very careful to get your piece out of the whole mold, because there's in the inside at the sides also the crystal effect. So in this case, just take it easy, demold it easily, and you see it's out. So, and now I'm very curious what I can show you and if my flower worked out in this narrow space, but look at this. I'm very happy with the pour. It's such a beautiful mold, and yeah, thank you Molds and Shapes for creating such a beauty. I really love it, and I'm so happy with my clear edges, which I really wanted to achieve. So yeah, I'm so happy about this pour. The flower is very delicate and it just mixes up with the sort of web effect which I did at the sides. And look at this mold. It's so beautiful. The crystals are very nice. So, and with the final result, I'm gonna love and leave you. I thank you for watching and please take care, guys. Bye bye.